What's going on, everybody? It's Pete Mosney from So Many Shows, SoManyShows.com, and I'm here to discuss The Sinner, Episode 7. Wow, what an episode. Questions were answered, other questions remain, and they're good ones. So let's get right to it. The first part is the flashback of Phoebe's birthday, in which they're all celebrating, and later on that night, Phoebe convinces Cora to let her go out with her. How does she do that? Via blackmail tactic, classic Phoebe. So she tells her, oh, well, I'm going to scream and wake up everybody in the house. I don't like that. So they move on to where they're at the bar, and they meet JD. Maddie's there, JD has drugs, and of course he shares, because JD is wonderful. And then JD has the partying up. They take the after party to the club, in which, ladies and gentlemen, the return of Frankie Belmont. So, yes, he's back, and he's one of the most intriguing characters, and I can't wait to get more answers out of him, and this episode provides them. So there, we go to the part where Cora goes downstairs to help JD with a business partnership, and we meet Creepy Todd. Yikes. So Creepy Todd now is sitting there. I guess he's a real estate developer, and JD's working on a partnership with him. I don't know. So it's a little creepy. Cora goes upstairs and says, you know, Phoebe, we gotta go. This is creepy. I'm out. Phoebe says no, because she's been eyeing Frankie Belmont since the moment she got there, and been flirting with Frankie the moment she got there. And this is a different experience for Phoebe, who's never really been out and had the party life. And, you know, they really show you a different side of Phoebe in this episode. So they start going down the steps, and Phoebe turns around with a smile on her face, you know, Maddie's smile, and says, are you coming? So there's the whole Maddie Phoebe. They start to get mixed up in flashbacks in this episode. There's a scene where it's Phoebe saying, oh, you want to get rid of me? You want me to be dead? You wish I was dead? Now, we saw Maddie in that flashback. There's also the part where Maddie's telling the story to Cora about how JD's ex-girlfriend before Maddie lost a baby, and it's the same story that Cora told in the I think it's episode 2 to Ambrose, and it's also the same story that JD tells later, and actually says it was Maddie who did that. So that story is out there and used 3 different times, but it's a resemblance of what's going on. I love how this show takes things from the first and then back to the second, and you know, it really plays itself out. So now they start to do more drugs in the club and at the basement of the club, and of course let the orgy commence because Phoebe and JD are running the operation. But now a little twist: while Cora's having sex in the orgy, or at least the one-on-one sexual encounter, it's Creepy Todd who's having sex with her. I don't know where he came from, but I guess he was there the whole time, or he just been following the party. Very quiet, hasn't said more than 2 sentences, but Creepy Todd. Then Phoebe's hooking up with Frankie, and Cora's watching them kind of, and it's a little creepy. And then I guess at one point the sex went from sex to CPR, in which Cora sees this and now starts to figure out what's going on, even though, like I said, they've been on massive amounts of drugs. JD said he had Molly and other stuff. I don't know what other stuff is. You should probably find that out before you decide to take anything, even though you shouldn't take anything. So then we hear a crunch, which not too many things bother me, but the crunch bothered me. And it was a creepy crunch, and I don't know what it was. It was like on the chest. So Cora gets up and starts hitting Frankie with a 7-piece shot a la Cora. And then JD knocks out Cora with a glass ashtray. Credits roll. Great episode. I felt it picked up what last week was lacking. And I'm all in. I can't wait to episode 8. We didn't see none of our beloved Ambrose, but, you know, that happens in a flashback episode. And I'm really curious to see what happens next week. Please leave a comment below and subscribe to this channel. Hit the likes for Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. I'm Pete Mosney, and that's my review.